he goes,
it doesn't surprise me. He's got such a good voice.
So that's what he said. He said, this is vocalist. This one vocalist you guys should all respect for that alone. I mean, that's incredibly hard. So not an easy feat, you know.
Nah, he really is class. I mean, I remember Mr. Bungle, where I said they were massive. They weren't really massive because they weren't like a big mainstream band, but they were massive in that kind of. There was a few bands we used to listen to. There was them. There was a band called Winnebago Deal, and there was a few others in there. All kind of not really the same, but in that kind of similar thing. It was almost like the revival of like the 80s hardcore scene and stuff, but it wasn't hardcore. But it was that kind of underground stuff around that time. And Mr. Bungle was just like, these are the people that everyone aspires to be. Like every band you're in, you're like, I want to sound like Mr. Bungle, but none of us could do it, of course.
There's just two all over the place. I mean, from one album to the next, from Disco Volante to California, like they were all different, right? So there's no way you can match one certain tune because each one of them had somewhat of a similar thing, and I'm using somewhat very loosely here, and but it was this crazy stuff, and and they go from like kind of surfing the sand, like mixed with like electronica, then like. And just the song titles like "Air Conditioned Nightmare" and and it just and even the more simpler stuff where instead of like a doo-wop, he's chanting almost, but it's just great stuff. And like I said, it's such a different. It varies from album to album to album, and like that's what really got me. And his band Tomahawk is cool too. I mean, those guys you should check out as well. But one more very short story. You'll get to our next song. I went to see Fantomas when I was living in Michigan. And you know what? It was a cool show. Like really small venues, like maybe 250, 300 people. And and I don't think they had any t-shirts at the time. But you look around the crowd, you see honestly nothing but like Mr. Bungle and Faith and More t-shirts in there.
Yeah, I bet, yeah. And it's almost like a cult, isn't it? Mike Patton cult.
Well, pretty much. And it was so cool to see him live because the last time I saw him was Faith and More, and that was like 91 maybe. So it'd been a number of years, so it's really super excited to see them and just to see that the band formation, and Dave Lombardo's got this huge drum kit set up. He's got a huge gong, and of course, as soon as Buzz walks on stage, everybody starts cheering right away because Melvins, right? Everybody knows the Melvins, so yeah. But yeah, badass show.
They were so influential as well. The Melvins, I mean, they inspired like Nirvana and all that sort of stuff, didn't they? They were
exactly
right up there.
So next up, we're gonna get to, because you mentioned this earlier with the Moonshine band, Muddy Moonshine. So this is a local band in London. The band's called Gypsy Ghosts, and they've played this song numerous times, and this is their newest one. The song's called Nameless Demon, and we'll see if you can pick up the gypsy hint in this here, Mike. So dig this.
Cool.
Show me Feel free to use mine, or feel free to make them your own. Have you come to play? Have you come to say hi? Hi. Please won't you stay? Please don't you stay good.
Gypsy Ghost with Nameless Demon. And I know we played this tune many times, but it's a great tune. And this is one band I've seen many times, and I've had them in studio quite a few times as well. And always a lot of fun. I mean, you can't say enough good things about these guys, and they've evolved so much. I mean, if you remember their first EP to now, like, it just, what a change. And the thing is true is that they've kind of not necessarily gone in a different direction, but they've changed things up a little bit. So Pat, their guitars, is playing a little bit more electric as opposed to acoustic, and they kind of hit darker side, at least with their last album, Mad Men Only, which came out about 2 years ago now. But that was a really dark album. But you know what? One of the great, was such a great indie album, and they did such a good job between the production and everything else. It turned out very well, and I can't say enough good things about these guys.
That was brilliant. What I really liked about that is I was kind of like, you know, you get into that kind of almost Latin rhythm, and it's a little bit carnival-y and kind of cool. And then they had that dirty guitar riff towards the end. It's like, oh, that's sweet.
I know, cool. And you know, if you've ever, like, I mean, if you had seen them before and just their earlier stuff, you wouldn't expect something like that at all. Because Mad Men Only was a kick-ass album. No, but and there's electric in there, but it's more of a blues style as to opposed to like a distorted. But
yeah.
But you know what? It's just one of those things, and it's really cool because Pat Henry, their guitarist, he's very versatile, and you know, and you have to evolve in some phase or another, and they've done it. You know, they've gone through a few drummers, and they have a permanent one for now, as far as I know, and replaced her saxophonist about a year and a bit ago. So as far as I know, these guys are good to go. They're going to stick around for a little bit. So we'll see what comes next. I think their next show is in December, and it's like a mini festival at a bar. So there's about 4 or 5 bands.
Cool.
And I'm not sure exactly what the date is, but I'll look it up and post that later. So next up, we're going to get to a band called Maigana, and the song's called "The World Doesn't Know." Dig this.
Don't tell me I'm sleeping, I'm dreaming, but I must be doing it well, 'cause nobody can tell. These places, I made them, I'm tracing the lines that keep you from me in reality. But I can move mountains here if I want to, and nobody argues, 'cause nobody can hear it. 'Cause the world doesn't know what the world doesn't know, that it lives in my mind, and so now I have total control, and nobody's aware, and so they don't find it strange. Every cell in your body belongs to the thought in my brain. Oh, oh, oh. The sky's on fire tonight, and it looks just like it would seem if we were living a dream. 'Cause here we are standing, our bodies are white by light of the moon,
Magana with The World Doesn't Know. You know, this was such a great tune. She has got such an awesome voice. And, you know, it kind of reminds me of like old like Tori Amos, like a little bit of like Fiona Apple in there as well. But you know, it really cool. Like I love the kind of the mellow tones in the background, and like I think she did a fantastic job with the mix. I mean, it's a great tune.
That's a brilliant tune. That could be a Bond theme.
Yeah,
got that kind of
for
vibe.
Sure.
Absolutely, it's got like it's proper Bond theme, like Shirley Bassey, that kind of era. You know, that's man, loving that.
Very good point. I never would have thought of that. Right on. So, last up for the night is the guy who's been on the show before. He's on Twitter as Bazzing Guitar. This is Baz D, and this is his newest tune. And like he's been very good to the show with all his new tunes. So this is called "Wait for You." Dig this.
Every night you do whatever you like, but I'm stuck at home, too tired to fight as I wait for you. Easy to forget that invested time. You say you've done your duty, but you're way out of line, and I wait for you. I wait for you. I thought you had left those days in the past. So much for that. Well, I'm checking the clock, it's way past 4. Wake the street when you bang on the door as I wait for you. You say you're sorry, it won't happen again. It's that same old rhetoric and the look of shame as I wait for you. I wait for you. And I thought you had left those days in the past. So much for that. Something's gotta give. Ooh, it's no way to